Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with SRT Demon on a GTA 5, who is heading towards a vehicle that they called in. Now, notice that on one side of the road there is an AI vehicle just likely bumping into a truck, and I figured that might be what this clip was about, but no, it turns out, minding their own business, just random falling Jeep. As you do, because why not? Speaking of random falling stuff, Drifters also on GTA 5 is, I think, kicking their friend's car? I'm not sure, kicking somebody's car anyway. We've all done it at some times and messing around. However, karma is here to strike down with a random falling helicopter. It's not a player helicopter, I guess maybe somebody jumped out of it, I don't quite know, but it just fell from the sky and exploded. Reg, let's go next on. Cyberpunk has called in their vehicle, which has spawned on the road, a little bit of a way. They go to run towards it, don't pay attention. This is why you look both ways before crossing the road. Gets run over by a car. Turn around to find a truck, has decided their vehicle should be booped onto its nose. Now, that's quite difficult to get. They get out of the way of a car that's beeping at them, and then they get run over again. You've really got to check the road. You've really got to keep an eye on traffic. Don't play in traffic, I feel, is a solid advice. Similar advice for Captain Nemo here. Also, on Cyberpunk is heading towards an objective. Doesn't quite time it right. Gets T-boned by one truck, then gets pushed by a second truck. Back the way they came. Yes, we're going to go this way now. We're going to push the car, and that's an impressive push. And then they they hit the back of a third truck, and then get fallen through the floor. Amazing stuff. Dragon Hunter up next on WRC8, taking a little bit too much speed into a corner and going for a very, very big tumble. It's still rolling, and lands vaguely pointing the rightish direction. Now, from on board, you don't quite appreciate how bigger a tumble, how many rolls it is that go on, but it is a serious number. Now, we've seen on Dirt Rally a few times that the roll and land, all the wheels carry on, point the right way and everything, but yeah, this one, large number of rolls. I mean, landing on your wheels parts, sure, fair enough and everything, but to land pointing almost the right direction is pretty good. Pretty good going on this one as the car flips and twists its way down the road. Not quite as spectacular as the Dirt Rally crashes, but the car didn't shed body parts and all that, but still, there we go. Mr. Savage Guy up next on Driver San Francisco is driving a big off-road truck that can be defeated by some barrels, yes. Barrels go underneath said truck, and the truck is upside down. Barrels 1, truck nil on that one. You don't mess with barrels. They will ruin your day. Motorhorn up next on Satisfactory with a Buggy. I didn't know there was a Buggy in this game. I've played a fair bit of this. I got very addicted to it at one point, but I didn't know there was a Buggy. Either way, this is a hell of an impressive Buggy. Maybe it's a mod. Whatever it is, it's seriously good off-road. They're using it for some kind of like rock crawling, exploring, that sort of stuff. Pretty neat, I have to say. Is very good at what it is doing. Unfortunately, they ask a little bit too much of it. They just can't quite climb up this hill, and the vehicle gradually slips and falls and is wedged. I mean, if you're going to Austin Powers your vehicle, I guess do it spectacularly. The problem with this one is that you can't really recover that. It's deceptively high up, shall we say. It is rather stuck there, and from this angle it doesn't actually look too bad until they jump out and you realise just quite how high that vehicle is. Buggy is up next on BeamNG Drive, doing some racing around one of the maps, kind of a high-speed motorway jaunt here. Get a little bit sideways with the bowline, nothing unusual. But cars on Beam at high speeds are often difficult to drive, and this one, they run a bit wide, don't really think much of it, trying to get back on the road. Ooh, and there's the end of a curb there. That's a nasty crowd. It's just torn the underside of the car apart from, well, yeah, the curb there. Leathercap up next on SnowRunner with a train that wants to play Punt the Truck. So I think this might be a mission where you have to pull the train or something like that. Either way, they're messing around with train carriages, and it's safe to say physics has got angry. I mean, SnowRunner physics do get angry at the best of times, but this one here has got really quite angry. It's a hell of a punt. It's a hell of a punt from the train. This truck here is kind of being pushed along, is stuck a little bit. This is from, I think, from a further along perspective. A little bit glitchy, but you see how the train is pinged into a tree. Don't mess with the trains. Do not mess with the trains. They are they're pretty tough. I think this is a little bit later on. Nope, it's still not having any of it. It's still really, really not having any of it. Speaking of trucks, Mike up next on Autumn Blister, finding out what happens if you try and take trucks racing around a go-kart track. Look, you can have a guess at what's going to happen. I know what I would suspect might happen. The first few trucks make it around the hairpin okay. This one tries an overtake and then it goes wrong. Yes, go-kart track. I mean, this is a fairly big go-kart track at the end of the day, but racing trucks are, well, rather large, not designed for go-kart tracks, and the AI haven't quite got it sorted here. Yeah. We all knew it was coming. It's still quite funny with massive traffic jam. I will say, credit to Automobile's AI. Project Cars, the amount of times I've seen sort of vehicles get stuck on almost sensible circuits. This lot kind of managed to figure them. It takes them a little while, and they are 5 wide at one point. They do gradually start to figure themselves out a little bit better, considering that this is a very, very silly scenario that we have going on. The truck that's on board with is trying to get itself free, but yeah, they do kind of figure out what they need to do over time. Snake 55 Wildcat for the final clip here on Hydro Thunder Hurricane has run wide and got stuck under a water wheel. The thing is, the water wheel has decided the boat should go underwater. It's actually dragging the boat along underwater until it is under the map. Now the game is very confused. The boat is where it should not be. It can kind of ping its way out a little bit, but it's still stuck well outside of the kind of game world. Yeah, that's not supposed to go there. That's definitely not, but it can still kind of, well, it drove for a little while, and then it fell all the way into the abyss. Abaddon is meowing in the background in agreement. I don't know. Meowie Cat enjoyed, apparently, the Hydro Thunder clip. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to the series, you can via a Google form. There is a link to that in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on that. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.